Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Insane Worlds. 5. Fruit flies. It might surprise you to learn that fruit flies actually possess less than half the amount of odor sensing receptors that bees have. So why use them? Well, possibly because they can communicate much more clearly than bees, as researchers in Germany and Italy discovered. The scientists actually managed to genetically modify the flies to glow the moment they sense the presence of particular chemicals. In this study, air containing the scent of breast cancer cells and that of healthy breast tissue was blown toward the flies. Scientists then observed through a microscope the flickering fluorescent patterns on the flies' antennae as they detected the smells. Apparently, fruit flies have a base genome that lends itself to modification, meaning altering their genes is fairly easy. Add to this that they are cheap to breed and still possess very highly sensitive olfactory receptors. They offer once again a promising solution to the crucial issue of early cancer detection. Number 4. Worms. The worms in this researcher are common roundworms which, at a minuscule 1 mm long, are much smaller than the mud-munching earthworms you find in your garden. Roundworms may be less interested in mud, but it seems they are very interested in cancer cells, especially when they are hungry. In the experiment, scientists from Korea placed around 50 worms on microscope slides along with healthy human cells and cancerous cells. About 70% of the worms wriggled their way toward the cancer cells. While it is unknown why cancer cells consistently appeal to the worms, scientists have a theory. Cancer cells emit many of the same odor molecules as rotten apples, something we all know is attractive to other species of worms. The next step is to see if they can detect cancer and present it with substances like urine or breath, rather than be directly presented with cancer cells. Number 3. Locusts. Like fruit flies, locusts are something of a scientific staple. Scientists already know a lot about their characteristics and even how their brains are wired. When it turned out they also possess a powerful sense of smell, it was only natural to study their use in disease detection, although not before they had been tested to detect explosives. However, researchers did not train these very creepy crawlies to respond to cancerous cells. Instead, they attached electrodes to the brains of the locusts to see how they responded to the gases produced by cancerous and healthy cells. In fact, it turns out the locusts could do more than just make a binary distinction between healthy and cancerous cells. They could actually differentiate between 3 types of cancer. Impressive as that may be, you may be relieved to hear the scientists plan to replicate the biology that allows for such highly sensitive detection and do not intend for doctors to test patients with live locusts. Number 2. Cats. This is where science begins to give way to speculation. Although cats do have surprisingly good noses, though not quite as powerful as a dog's, cats' noses are significantly greater than humans, and it is believed they can actually differentiate between smells better than both dogs and humans. Certainly, there is some promise there, although there are yet to be any specific studies. There are some interesting anecdotes, though. In 2010, a woman from Franklin, Tennessee visited her doctor after a mysterious bruise showed up on her chest in a place where her cat had been continuously pawing and pouncing the previous evening. She discovered it was breast cancer. A year earlier, a story made headlines in Canada in which a man from Calgary attested that his cat had alerted him to his lung cancer with his persistent pawing at his owner's left side. The owner credits his cat Tiger, who apparently was not previously very cuddly, with saving his life. Number 1. Humans. It is clear from the many studies listed above that cancers do have specific smells, which begs the question of whether humans are also able to detect them. Of course, our noses are not as powerful as many other animals, especially dogs. However, a super-smelling nurse from Scotland believes it might just be possible for some people to smell cancer. Joy Milne, a former nurse, noticed a change in the smell of her husband's skin a whole 12 years before he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Later, her amazing olfactory abilities were put to the test in clinical trials, which revealed she could detect particular molecules in the sebum produced by Parkinson's disease. She reported that when she worked as a nurse, cancer patients had a unique smell to her. In 2018, she visited a training center for cancer-sniffing dogs to test her own abilities by sniffing masks into which cancer patients and healthy people had breathed. The results were very promising, and she correctly identified to whom most of the masks belonged. However, some sources claim any smells detected by humans are not likely to be directly the smell of cancer, but of symptoms or side effects of treatment. It seems the jury may still be out. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.